Right, so here we go. As I said, this has been reviewed before. It's always good to get somebody else's... Okay, so here we go. As I said, this has already been reviewed, but it's always good to get somebody else's perspective on it. So as I said, this has already been reviewed, but it's always good... Damn it. Hi everyone, Paul Sam. Welcome to another inbox review. Before we get going today, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the little bell notifications, get notified of all our latest videos. Click the like button and leave a comment. I do read and reply to all the comments and appreciate everybody that takes the time to leave a comment on the channel. And of course, if you scroll up in the description, there's a link to a big long list of all the items I use in my videos. So if you see anything, you should be able to find it in there. So Nunu, Platts, Aoshima, B-Max, I believe they are one and the same. That's what I've been told. By the look of it, they're phasing out the B-Max and Platts names and putting everything under the Nunu name. So today behind me, we've got the brand new Nunu 124th Audi R8. So highly anticipated kit. I've been waiting for this for quite some time. We've got them in stock at umpretailer.com. The kit itself is £39.99. I got a detail upset there as well, that's £24.99. We're going to see how the kit stacks up out the box and then what the detail upset brings to the table. If it's like previous detail upsets from Nunu, Platts, B-Max, they are pretty comprehensive and well worth the extra bit of money. But as I'll say in the review, if you're going to build a couple of these, I would stock up on those detail upsets now, because they're the first thing that goes out of production and you can't get them anymore. It's been the case for nearly every single kit. They stop making the detail set and you can't get them. So if you weren't going to do multiples, I would grab, not necessarily the kits now, but I get the detail upsets and just keep a hold of those. So I've built numerous B-Max kits. RDS1, I've built 8 of the BMW 30 M3s. It's one of my favourite cars. I think it is my favourite kit. Absolutely love it. They're all there. You can just see them there lined up. The B-Max and E3 goes together. E30, sorry, M3 goes together. Fantastic. I've reviewed the Nunu BMW M6. Now they are different. To me, the B-Max kits were always a little bit crisper than the Platts. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get in this box overall. But that's just my findings. I've never built a Nunu Platts kit before. So it's going to be interesting to see what the differences are and what it's like. But like I say, we'll see what the kit's like out of the box and we'll see what the detail set brings to the table as well. Like I say, $39.99 for the kit, $24.99 for the detail upset. You make your mind up whether the detail upset's worth it. Hopefully my video will help you with that. So as I said, this has been reviewed before, but it's always good to get somebody else's perspective of it. It's been highly anticipated. I've been waiting for this for quite some time. And it's good to see we've finally got them in at umpretailer.com. It's a great box art. 2 schemes in this. You get a primarily silver red and a primarily red black scheme, which is shown on the side of the box. I think for me, I prefer the red scheme. It's very, very nice. There are multiple aftermarket decals out there as well, so you've got a choice of quite a few. And your colour call-outs are on the back there as well. And the colour call-outs are Mr. Colour and Mr. Hobby Accurate as well. And the main colours are called out in Mr. Colour. And it's even got the Tamiya TS sprays on there, which is a nice little touch. We've also got the detail upset, which comes as an extra. So have a look through that as well. But for now, let's open the box and have a look what we've got inside. So as I said, Nunu, Platts, B-Max, Aoshima, I believe they're all part of the same family company. I think the B-Max name is being phased out with the Platts and are just becoming Nunu. As far as I'm aware, that's what's happening. I don't know. So we've got the main body shell, literally all in one piece, which is superb. Chrome parts, tyres, clear parts. Then we've got multiple sprues. There's quite a bit in here. There's quite a lot in there. Decal callouts, decals themselves, quite a complex decal scheme by the look of it. And our instruction book is very, very thin. Is it a fold-out type? Is it a book? It's a fold-out type. Wish to do books, it's so much easier. But anyway, regardless. So, let's pull this to one side. We'll have a look at all that later. We'll have a look at that later too. And let's start with our body shop. Now bear with me, they are going to be crinkly, noisy bags. It's just the way it is. So like I said, the body looks to be moulded all in one piece. It's nice and clean. You've got some sprue points to cut off at the back, strengthening points in the windows. Seams. Let's have a look. Yeah, a little seam running across the front there that needs looking at, and across the top. That'll then run over, goes across there into the door, then comes back out near the C-pillar and along that back arch. So not a huge amount to clean up really, just take your time, careful inspection to make sure you get rid of all those seams, but literally, yeah, it's only exposed in a few places. The rest of it looks pretty good. There's a bit of marble in the plastic, which you quite often get anyway. But overall, it's pretty clean. It's not too bad at all. Some nice surface detail and a nice recessed detail for the panel openers, the ducts inside. Panel lines are good, but not too deep, which is always nice. So if you get to put a wash in after your clear coat, I'd probably scrub those a bit more. For me, I do it before because I find it a little bit easier. But overall the body's pretty clean. It could be better. I mean, there's no Tamiya kit, don't get me wrong. The quality isn't as good, but overall it's not too bad at all. Not too bad. Right, our first sprue. What have we got here? We've got mostly interior parts by the look of it. I'm just grabbing these in any order at all. Very, very noisy bags, I do apologise. Right, so we've got dash, engine, a beautiful V10, exhaust, looks like differential, nice big racing seat there as well, suspension components, window wiper. Now, I've built B-Max kits before, and they're usually very, very good. This doesn't look quite as crisp as some of the previous kits. Now, I know the M6 I reviewed before was a Platt kit, Nunu, and it was very similar moulding, so I don't know what's going on there, whether they're made in the same place or it's just the same company made in different areas, but the moulding on this doesn't look as crisp as, say, like the BMW M3 or the Lancia Audi S1 Quattro. It's a little bit soft in places, and you're going to need to clean up a bit as well. There's little wisps of seam line. I wouldn't say it's flash, it's just a seam line that needs cleaning up. But overall, it's still all pretty clean. I just don't think it's as crisp as some of the older B-Max kits. So I'm not sure what's going on there, whether they're putting all the companies together or one's taking over another. I am not 100% sure. If you know, let me know in the comments. But while the detail's a little bit soft in places, it's still good. It's still not a problem at all. Still looks good. It's still crisp. It's just not as sharp as it could be, in my opinion. Now we've got our interior tub. Looks like the... Oh my god, the bags are... I like these kind of bags. These are a bit annoying. And very noisy too. Let's have a look. So we've got our roll cage, door cards, our engine bay there, interior tub, and I'm guessing that's the rear part of the engine bay. That must sit in there somewhere. I think it's the rear. Yeah, it is. And again, it's fine. The detail is there. It's just a little bit soft in places, I would say. But hey, there's no other Audi R8s out there, so it is what it is. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, just comparing it to all the B-Max. It doesn't seem as tight. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what's going on there with that company. for sure, but the detail's still good. It is still there. You've got your typical seams on every part of the roll cage, which you get in every kit across the board, whether it be Tamiya, Aoshima, B-Max, whatever. You still got that clean up, so it's not a problem. Just a few sprue points there and there to take off. Overall, yeah, there's not a lot to write home about. The detail is not phenomenal. You're going to add a lot of this back in with smaller parts, components on the other sprue, and maybe in a bit in the photo etch detailed upset. I don't know. We'll have a look at that in a little bit. But again, overall, not bad. It's crisply moulded. There's no flashing actual parts. Got a bit of flash on the sprue, but the parts are pretty clean. You just got the seams to deal with. Like I say, you got on every single car kit out there made of plastic. Our last big bag of plastic. Let's have a little look. There we go. Usually these kind of bags, the fold over bits down here. I think I'm just so used to it, I can't find them. Right, let's just move those. So we've got wheels, okay, grille covers, ducts, quack. Right, discs. So we've got vented discs, cross grooved. Well, they're not vented, but that's what they would be. Oh no, they're probably carbon on this actually. So again, yeah, no problems there. There's our chassis floor pan, front grille. That's nicely done actually. That is actually really nicely done. Plastic, no issues there at all. Front splitter, rear. Ooh, is it front or rear? Front or rear suspension. We've got some cockpit details. The discs aren't too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm assuming in the PE set there'll be photo etch to go on there, which I'll have a look in a bit. But again, not much to really talk about on this one. But it's all there. It's all crisp. It's just a little bit soft in places. It's going to be across the board, this. Just a little bit soft. But overall, it should build up okay. From what I've heard about Nunu kits, I've not actually built one yet. I've built plenty of the B-Max kits. Just make sure everything is in the right place, because if it's not in 100% the right place, you may have problems later down the line. Whether that's true, I don't know. I'm going on what I've been told. Chrome parts, so these would be for the front rear lights and mirrors. Really nice quality chrome. No issues there at all. And obviously it's not fully visible to the exterior, but the chrome finish is very, very good. So yeah, no issues there. You can cut those off and pop them straight in. No need to dechrome them. Go right ahead and add them, no problem at all. Glass. Now, one thing that will always make or break a kit are the glass. So let's just zoom out a touch. So let's have a look. Okay, the front screens are really good. There's a little bit of distortion in there. No more than I'd expect. There's no real magnification, as you can see. Looking at my cut map, which is good. The rear one is pretty much the same. Pretty nice and clear. There are some wavy lines through it for the injection molding process, but that's to be expected. Light lenses, a bit of flash around all of those there. Quite a bit actually, so they're going to need a little bit of careful clean up with a sponge, just a quick run over. Side windows. Again, not too bad. A little bit of distortion here and there. A little bit of wisps of flash to get rid of. Shouldn't really be on there. It's a brand new kit, but it is. So there's not much we can do about that. But again, it's not like it's huge amounts of it. There's no flaws in the plastic as such. It's a little bit distorted in places on the side glass. But overall, no real issues. You can see it there. You can see my cut map through all the pieces of glass. Clarity is pretty decent. Wheels. I forgot about these. Wheels. Pretty nicely done. Not much to talk about really. All the same size. Pretty nice detail, to be fair. A nice set and look of rims, and I'm sure there are some replacements either out there or due out. And then our last plastic sprue is this little lot. So it looks like we've got some intakes, The exhaust, no idea. Completely guessing. No, not going to be exhaust. So they're going to be intakes or something. I should go for the instruction book first, shouldn't I? So I know exactly what I'm looking at. Rather than playing this guessing game that I'm often wrong on. Tyres are slick tyres. I'll just grab one. We've got our polycaps in there too. They're all there. Seams are just on the outer edge. So again, no problems there. Nice slick tyres. So quick run over a sponge sander. Are they handed? Possibly. They look a bit thick on one side to the other. But again, no problem there either. Very nice. Good to see companies being thoughtful about not putting the seam down the edge, because that is rather annoying. Right, we'll go through the instructions quick. Where are the decals? They are over there. And then we'll have a look through that detailed upset quickly as well. I don't want to dwell on it. I don't want a 30-minute review of this. Because there's not that much to go through. We'll look at those in a minute. I'll just open them ready. Oh, we'll go through them now. Sorry. So, B-Max kits, decals I can find in the past. So I'm assuming these will be the same. We've got some very, very nice, high-quality metallic decals there, which are lovely. All very well done. Yeah, very, very nice they are. Lovely. Main decals. So, B-Max, Shima, Nunu like to give you the windows. B-Max, Nunu like to give you all the windows as separate decals to allow you to not have to mask them and paint them. I still prefer to do that, so I'll be looking for a mask set for this. I've never used them. So I don't know what they look like, to be honest, but I still prefer to paint them. So you've got some gloss and matte decals there. You got the Pirelli P0 tyre decals as well. You can see we've got some gloss down here by my thumb. The rest of them are matte, so they're no problem. First sheet of markings. Let's have a look. There's quite a lot to go on this. And again, no issues there. Everything is in register. Colour's all good. They're not too thick. Yeah, I don't think they'll give you any issues, those. Look pretty decent. They're like the other B-Max I've used. They're quite forgiving, to be honest. Pretty decent decals out the box. And then our main marking sheet are these bad boys. So depending on the colour scheme you go for, will warrant which colours you use. But again, really nice. We've got some of the markings on the decal, but that'll go once you get water on it. Just see it there. That'll go once you put them on. And again, no problems there whatsoever. Like I say, I've seen quite a few aftermarket schemes out there. So if you don't want to do the box art, you can avoid it. I'm normally a bit funny like this and don't want to do the box art because other people have done it. But I actually really like that red one. So I probably will do one out the box. Maybe get another one to do a different scheme later on. I'll have a look around, see what catches my eye. And we'll go from there. So I'll put those out the way because I always like to keep the decals in their bags. Pop them away. I've got our painting and marking call out. Let me zoom back out. Painting and marking call out. Quite busy, a lot of decals. Okay. No real paint mark out there, it's just decals really, so assume that will be in the instructions. So, much prefer it when they're a book. But hey, it's one of those. So, front, you've got a bit of information about the car. So as usual, if you want to read it, you can pause that and have a little read. Got some safety instructions there as well. Just a quick read. The English is all good. Ooh, vital bit of important information there. Children must not be allowed to suck any part or pull vinyl bag over the head. So, yep, there you go. Parenting 101. Yep, okay. Colour call-outs are there as well, which is all in Japanese. So you don't know the actual colour, but it shows you the colour code, which is okay, fair enough. How to apply decals, so unless you can read that, that's not going to be useful at all. We start with the chassis. So chassis built up, various components. Is it going to differentiate for the detail up part? I don't know. But showing the decals go, it's showing you where needs painting on them, polycaps, so on, just typical standard stuff. Moving on to the rear suspension, radiator, exhausts. Then we're going to move on to the interior. Obviously, I never go this way. I always start with the body and get that all prepped, primed, painted, decal, clear coated, then start to work on this. Because as the 2K is curing, I'll work on the other bits and bobs as we go here. So you don't have to do it in this order. This is just the order they're showing you in. So I'll start at the back usually, work my way to this point, and then carry on once the body is done. We've got the engine bay, coolant, expansion bottle, cover, dashboard, all the components for the dash. So yeah, it does add a lot more detail to it as we thought. Like I say, should be some detail parts in that detail upset as well. Roll cage, the seat with the harness. There'll be harnesses in the aftermarket set as well. Getting the chassis and the interior together, getting the wheels on. Tyres don't look to be handed at all, so I was wrong about that. So just go on anyway. Then various components for the body. So you're going to have to weigh up which is the best way of doing this. There's going to be various components you need putting in to be coloured body shell like this. You're going to have to see which is what colour. So they're headlights, duh. Not headlights, fog lights probably, spotlights in the front. So you're going to have to weigh up which is coloured the car body colour, which is say a black, and you can leave the non-body colour part off to the last. That's going to take a little bit of research. You've got a hole to drill as well for the antenna. And then the glass goes on from the exterior. Most B-Max Nunu kits, the glass goes on from the outside. It's better, but it's not, in my opinion. It's a double-edged sword. They're a bit more difficult to glue in place. But you don't tend to have any exterior rubbers to paint them as well, which is easier. You then got mating the chassis to the body, getting wing mirrors on, lights, etc. Then the rear spoiler, and so on. So if you're using a detail upset, you have to be careful of what you're putting in and when it's going in. So yes, it's one of those. Painting and marking again separately. Okay, so they've done a separate sheet. I see, okay, so why not add it to the same one? Would have made a lot more sense, but anyway. So there's the markings for the primarily silver one. This is the one for primarily red. So you've got two different ones. Then on the back, the sprue layout and a phone number and fax number. So there we go. That is all of that. Let's grab that detail upset, have a quick look through this, and we'll wrap it up. So we're going to have to pop it open. As you can see, I've not been through this yet. Shows you on the back what you get. We will have a little looky see. Well worth having these detail upsets. They vary in price, and word of warning, they tend to go out of production rather quickly. So if you want a detail upset, or you know you're going to build multiples, I would grab a couple now, because there are plenty of these I can no longer get hold of. The kits I already have, which is a bit of a pain. Right, beautiful. We get some carbon sheets. Very nice, pre-cut for the seat and other areas. I'm assuming they're intakes. Oh, we got the carbon floor pan as well. Beautiful. All pre-cut out for you. Excellent. We've got a few marks there. That's where the decal sheet's been sat on top. But just beyond the top level of the decal. Once you wet it, put it on, set it, you shouldn't see that at all. Got some carbon front splitters. Plenty of carbon, I'll give it that. Plenty of carbon for the front splitter. I'm assuming... There's a door card interior, it looks door card shaped. So very, very nice as well. Let's move that over there. We've got our instructions. Let's have a little look. So you got your carbon placement for underneath the body. Bit of a shame because you'd more than likely never see it, but hey. We've got photo etched discs. We've got photo etch for the radiator. Photo etch straps for the extinguisher, same for the engine Not sure what's going on there, but they're to scale in that picture, they're rather large. But anyway, we've got the flappy paddle gearbox in photo etch, seat belts, all photo etch and fabric. Well worth adding to every build. Makes a huge difference to the look of the cockpit. Carbon on door cards, like I thought it was. We got the restraints on the roll cage. Some exterior PE, front and rear. Some grills for the side. Grill for, oh, look at that, we get to replace that. Although it's a nice plastic part, that PE part will be nicer. So that's pretty cool as well. Photo etch wiper blades, which are an absolute nightmare. There's only one, so I think we'll attempt it on this one. And photo etch spoiler mounts as well, which is very cool. And the antenna. So there's the instructions for that. You're going to have to cross-reference as you're building, but it's pretty straightforward. We've got black seatbelt material. You get enough of it there to do it. 2mm black ribbon off eBay will do the job too. We've got our antenna and mount. So basically it's just a whip style antenna, as you can see. And then we've got our photo etch too as well. That grille is absolutely beautiful in the middle. While the plastic part is good, that is much better. And as you can see, we've got our discs, grills, so on and so forth. Our seatbelt components there as well. Really nice. It's thick PE, but it's this beautiful PE that has no fret. There's nothing to cut. Well, it has a fret, but the PE is not attached to fret. It's stuck on sticky bass plastic, so you don't need to cut these off. So there's no cleanup. It's much quicker, much simpler, and just makes life so much easier to do. Yeah, it saves a lot of hassle. So a nice little PE set there as well. High quality PE. Just seeing them. Yeah, those, I suppose they're like Jubilee clips are, that's what they are, but they're a bit big in my opinion. But hey, they could be that big in real life. Who am I to judge? We've got some bolt heads. Grills are nice. That front grill is beautiful. Our body clips, panel clips are very nice as well. As are the hardware for the buckles. Brake discs are great. Window wiper, pretty complex bends, but I'm sure we can do that. As are the spoiler mounts too. And overall, not too bad at all. So well worth the extra money. The detail upset, I'd always recommend it. And like I say, if you want one, you're going to build multiples, you get a couple of them, because the first thing that goes out of stock, full stop, when they stop making them, is these detail upsets. So, thoughts. Okay, as I said in the review, it's not quite as sharp as B-Max. I know they're supposed to be one and the same. I don't think they are. I think they're made in different places. I don't know. It's all, you know, hearsay what I'm thinking. It's all subjective. It just doesn't seem as crisp as the B-Max kit I built before. There's a little bit of flash here and there throughout the kit. You've got your typical seam lines to clean up on all the parts, which you get with Tamiya kits, high-end kits like that, so it's not a downside. The kit out of the box looks pretty decent. It looks like it'll build up really nice. Two fantastic schemes out of the box as well. For me, the red one just screams, yes, I absolutely love that red one. And like I said, there are aftermarket schemes out there. Go and have a look around. I think SK Decals does some. So have a look at your favourite online car modelling shop as such who does aftermarket decals, and you'll probably find a few of them there. So out the box, very good. Decals shouldn't give you any issues from previous experience. The detail upset, it's not cheap, I will admit that, but as you saw, you get a lot in there. You get 3 sheets of decals, mostly carbon. You get a nice fret of photo etch, which will add quite a bit of detail to the kit. You're going to get your photo etch belt, you get the belt material, you get the antenna for the roof. So, is it worth it? Yeah, I think they are. Definitely are worth the extra bit of money. But if you don't want to use it, out the box, it'll build up just as good and still look a lovely model. It really will. Beautiful schemes with the kit, beautiful looking car. And I know a lot of people have been waiting for this out there. So hopefully, we're going to see a few of them built. I don't know when I get to mine. I will do at some point. But it does look a decent kit, like I say. So $39.99 umpretail.com, £24.99. I'll put a link in the description down below. If you've got any comments, if you've built the kit, if you've got it and had a look through, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you've got any questions about the review, please post down below. I do read every single comment and reply to them all as well. And as always, make sure you sub to the channel, click the bell notification, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment like I say. Check out umpretail.com where you can buy this kit and all of the kinds of products for modelling to myself and Lee's business. Check out International Scale Model Facebook page and forum, my Paul ISM Facebook page where all my personal model work is shared. Links to all these are in the description down below. And check out the Live at the Bench page for our Friday night live show and the Off Air Hangout group to come join our Off Air Hangouts. Like I said, there's also a big long list of all the products I use in my videos you can find down below. So if you see anything, click on there and you'll find it in there. Thanks for watching today. I'll catch you all later. Take care. Bye bye.